said yes very quickly, but at that point, we really had to figure out why. You know, what, instead of just bringing them and throwing them up on screen for the sake of nostalgia, we really wanted to honor those characters and make sure they went on an adventure that felt, you know, real and honest to them. And so we worked together to build something that I think, you know, honors the legacy of Jurassic Park. Part of what I learned from that process is what, you know, what an audience really needs out of the end of a story that started during our childhoods, and how much we care about those characters, and how much these myths are almost, you know, belief systems for so many of us, how important they are. And so I brought everything that I learned working on Star Wars into Dominion, and really worked very, very hard to make sure it was something that people who love Jurassic Park feel is satisfying and honors their love for that movie.
Humans and dinosaurs can't coexist.
Well, I think, you know, we try not to criticize, because I think we're all trying to figure out how we can move forward dealing with the consequences of choices made by others. You know, we as individuals aren't necessarily at fault, but we as individuals are responsible to work together to find solutions. And then that, to me, is where I think we leave people at the end of the film. It's on a note of hope, and just recognizing that together, if we can somehow learn to coexist, we can solve these problems and survive in the future. Well, there was this pandemic, right, that was happening all around us, and I think what ended up happening is some things that were positive out of it. Is that because we weren't all off in separate trailers away from each other most of the time, as it is on big movies like this, we were all together, and we were constantly talking about what we were going to do and what we wanted to say, and I think you could feel it throughout the movie.
I think other than kind of there being a pandemic, I think there was one scene that I found very challenging, which is in the trailer, where Maisie is kind of standing on a ladder and she has this dinosaur like about to eat her. And I found it pretty difficult to film that scene because I've never been in such like a life or death situation. So it was difficult for me to kind of summon that fear and those kind of emotions. But I think the cast definitely helped me a lot to kind of do that and supported me a lot through that scene. So yeah, that was probably the hardest scene to film. Oh, it was amazing. I think one of the things that I really enjoyed about this film is that there's a baby dinosaur, which we haven't really seen before. And I think that the fact that she has like such a prominent role and such a developed kind of character is something really interesting and something that I really liked about the film. And kind of having that little a puppet of Beta to kind of work with was really, really helpful for me as an actor. It was difficult for me because I never, when I signed on for Fallen Kingdom, I never really kind of considered playing Charlotte Lockwood. And also given that her character was kind of set in a completely different kind of time era to Maisie, and yeah, I feel like it was a nice challenge, and I really enjoyed kind of playing her.
Whoa.